I would have the same opinion no matter what idol.
We do not think that Suga is a criminal. I think if it was against the rules, then like at least maybe the hiatus would have been enough of a punishment.
Hey, oh my god. I feel like I'm intruding.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Nat.
I'm Amanda.
And we are K-Junkies. Woo! And welcome back to another episode of Talk That Tuesdays.
Period.
We are back with more K-pop conversation. A couple things happened this week over the Twitterverse. There's not like a lot to talk about, but there's definitely things to discuss. So let's just get to it. All right. So the first thing that I have written here that we're going to talk about is what happened with TEMPEST. Dun dun dun.
Okay.
So TEMPEST is a boy group under 𝐿 Entertainment. Okay. If people don't know who 𝐿 is, they have Everglow, and they are also the company that like has Ricky, HYOLYN, Yujin, and Gyuvin from ZB1.
Half of Zero Base One, basically.
Definitely a company that people have had beef with forever now. Obviously with Everglow, and I believe they even had like kind of a Chinese group, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't remember what happened to that. So whatever, we just don't trust them, okay? They're not great. So they have a boy group called TEMPEST, and I think that group has been doing pretty decently from what I remember, like sales-wise maybe. I think they have a pretty decent fan base, you know, doing good. I feel like nowadays the newer groups, they do pretty decent from what I've seen.
There's just so many K-pop fans now that like even the Nugu groups have more fans than,
like, they're not Nugu-y.
They're not as Nugu as they could have been back then.
Yeah,
you know?
Feel me? So, from what I read from the situation, they have a member called Hwarang, right? And in a fan call that he had with a fan, the fan had mentioned that I think they saw him clubbing with friends. So he had said that, yeah, he went clubbing with friends. Well, that I feel like in maybe like not innocent statement, but like that simple statement like put him in a hiatus. Like he was gone. People were wondering when he would be back. And then
how long was he gone for?
I honestly don't remember the amount. I just know he was on a hiatus. I don't remember how many months. And then recently what just happened was that he left the group. People don't know if he left on his own accord or if he got kicked out by 𝐿 for clubbing. So very interesting. I think it's interesting that the fan themselves like called them out for it, but I was reading some things that the fan like did that on purpose. I don't know. There's a lot of like things.
Was it not a real fan?
I don't know if it's a real fan or it could be a sasaeng, maybe an anti. I don't know 100%, but clearly the intention wasn't good.
It's kind of crazy how easily members kind of have to leave or get kicked out of groups for some groups or companies. And then like some other companies just like hide them away for a while, and other companies just don't even do anything about it. They're just like YOLO. But like clubbing is kind of, I don't know. I feel like clubbing is so normal unless he was doing something bad.
Well,
like idols go out all the time.
They do. I mean, from what I've read, I don't think he did anything bad. I think he was just with friends, like hanging out.
Like, how old is this group?
He's an adult.
No, but how old is the group? Like, how long has this group been together?
Let's look it up. They're 2022 because they were supposed to debut during like earlier, but the members had COVID or something. So they debuted 2022. So they're like
a 2-year-old.
They're a 2-year-old group. But I feel like things are changing, you know? I feel like if he's an adult,
I don't know.
And he's just with friends.
It's tricky because I feel like when a group is young, the company takes like extra measures.
No, for sure. I mean,
like, you know how like,
we know JYP, for example.
At least back in the day, I don't know how things are now, but like from what I remember is that some companies don't allow their idols such freedom so early on in their career. Like, you know, they have like how JYP has like a dating ban, stuff like that. So like if the clubbing was against the rules in his company, then that could lead to this. But we don't know that because they didn't disclose that.
Yeah,
right?
no. I think if it was against the rules, then like at least maybe the hiatus would have been enough of a punishment. You feel me? I just don't understand like removing him for clubbing. Like he's an adult. He's 2001. That's his year. So he's an adult, and he apparently was just hanging out with some friends. And yeah, it was confirmed.
Well, did it make any like negative headlines?
No, I don't think. I don't
enough for them to have to remove him.
I mean, maybe
because like if it like was like so negative that it would affect the group, that'd be the only reason I'd think.
Yeah,
that happens all the time.
I mean, I'm sure like maybe like K fans, because you know how K fans are compared to international fans. Maybe K fans got upset, but like they get upset over things all the time, and like I feel like there's not really a reason to remove from a group. So either he himself was like, let me remove myself from the group because I don't want to hurt their image, or Yuhua was like, all right, like, which another thing I wanted to point out that I saw a lot of people talking about is that this guy has like 19 out of 23 like writing credits and like song credits for the group. So they kicked out someone that has a heavy hand.
An important person of the group.
Yeah, a heavy hand on the group's music.
What's the point of doing that? I don't know.
That I thought was interesting because I saw a TikTok video about that. I was like, oh, that's like, you know, you kick out a main person. Like that's what when he got kicked out, I saw people being more like, oh my God, Hwarang, because I guess he's like a popular member. So that's crazy that they kicked out someone that's very important.
I feel like that's gonna cause more harm than do good.
I think
because
so too.
Especially like, you know, if they sometimes want to like remove someone so it doesn't hurt the group's image. But if you like remove like the most popular person, that's gonna harm them more because people are gonna be like, well, now I don't care.
Yeah, or someone that helps music wise with the group.
That's kind of.
But like, I don't know. Again, I feel like if they wanted, I feel like if they gave the hiatus as a punishment, like whatever, if he broke a rule. But if he didn't break a rule and he literally just confirmed in a fan call that, yeah, he did went clubbing and nothing happened at the club, like he was just hanging out with friends, then that's crazy because he's an adult.
Unless there's just more to it behind the scenes.
That's what I'm thinking.
That we don't know.
But
like, who knows if like during this hiatus they were in talks for whatever.
Maybe.
And things just didn't come to agreement, and they were just like,
we don't know. All we can do is speculate because as K-pop fans, they never really tell us 100% what's going on, obviously. But in the surface level, I think it's crazy to kick out if he did get kicked out of the group for clubbing. So that really sucks. I feel bad for him if, you know, being an idol was everything he wanted, and then
I feel bad for the group too.
I mean, I feel bad for the group too.
I feel like that's such an awkward situation.
That is an awkward situation.
Like whenever a member gets removed from a group for whatever reason, like I just feel like it's so awkward because half the time they're not allowed to talk about it. Like they have to pretend like this person never existed, and that's like as a fan, that's like one of the most heartbreaking things. Witness.
When they act like that
person never existed.
Yeah, there's like some groups that obviously do talk about their former
I would
members.
rather them talk about the person even if it's in a negative light,
or like the situation,
than to just pretend it never happened.
I think it's hard. They just don't want to.
No, I get it, especially since they're like technically basically still
rookie-ish, kind of getting out of the rookie era. Yeah,
they can't, but like it sucks.
But people are pissed, so which again, not surprised because Yuhua's not the best company. We don't like them. All right, moving on to the next topic. We have something that I honestly didn't expect that would happen like that fast. I don't know. I thought this would take like a while to happen, but we have the former 50/50 members, Aran, Seo, and Sena, who are called three Jongs. That's like the nickname for them because all their last names are Jong. They signed under the subsidiary of IOK. And they plan to re-debut this year, I believe, before the year's over. Ooh. Which honestly, again, I didn't expect that to happen soon. Like I thought maybe that would happen along the line.
I didn't even think it would happen.
I didn't even think they would
because I remember we
debut together.
When we've talked about this before, we've mentioned how the possibility of them being blacklisted.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, they probably just won't be in the industry at all.
Or I didn't even expect them to be together like for it, I guess. Like I thought maybe they'd all go their separate ways, but I think that's honestly super nice.
They're probably just so traumatized. They stuck together.
I would rather stick together too.
I feel like them sticking together says something about the situation.
Yeah. But some people are a little iffy because IOK is the company that had Alice.
Oh
And
no.
that clearly didn't turn out well. So I'm hoping, since it's a subsidiary and, you know, like these are people that have already been on the spotlight and people know 50/50 for Cupid, especially since the two members that sang the twin version are in this group, that hopefully they won't.
I don't think people know.
No. Well, I mean,
Who's
like
in what,
I meant like
though.
the company itself, though, like that, like they at least try harder with them instead of like not really trying with Alice. Yeah, I mean, clearly with 50/50, like former 50/50 with Cupid, like that's the one song that got big, and I don't think people really looked into the group itself. So it's really hard to determine how well this will do, especially since I've seen that the Korean opinion of the situation is very different from the international opinion of the 50/50 situation,
Yeah.
like with the company. So I don't know how they're gonna do. Obviously, people will have, especially international fans, have really big beef with the new 50/50 coming out. But if you look at the views of the member teasers, whether people are checking it out because they're just curious,
Yeah.
or because they are actually interested, they are gaining some attention. Like,
Okay.
like the views are pretty good member teaser wise. So it's definitely giving an insight that the new 50/50 might do well, which I know will disappoint a lot of international fans because people really want it to flop. And they want three Jongs to obviously do great.
There's about the three members. There wasn't any like specifics about if they'd just be a trio or if they'd be put into a girl group.
I don't know yet.
Because I didn't see anything about debuting as a trio. I didn't see any of that. So
I don't know. I think some people were like, oh, it would be cool if they added maybe two more known trainees, or like make it more of a, like a, I guess, a bigger group.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it'll just be a trio. It might be like more of a vocal trio. I don't know. It would be interesting if they did make a group. I also think it's interesting how this is coming out in the midst of 50/50
Because it's the best time to do it.
Of course. Certainly.
Because that's the best way for it to get any type of headlines, is because the 50/50 thing is happening now.
They're just like, you know what?
Let's be petty.
By the way, we're actually re-debuting. I mean, I'm happy for them. I feel like 50/50 was such a promising group, and every time like I hear their songs, it makes me sad, because I'm just like, they had so much potential. Like, they were so good vocally. They had a unique vocal tone. Their songs kind of felt like a different vibe compared to what you hear in K-pop, and then like shit just went down the drain so fast.
Yeah, man, we were there before Cupid came out,
bro. When Loving Me came out, that was like the first thing they released. It was like before Higher.
The pre-release.
I was gagged.
Yeah, that was.
They also had Login as well, and
and
then Higher. Oh, Love and Tell Me. I mean, they were so good. Like, it's just, it makes you so mad.
I hate when this happens.
I hate when
it happens a little too often.
I hate when companies just waste the fucking potential that they have. Like, that was a gem. Like, they literally were in the Barbie soundtrack. Like, what the, like, they could have been so big, but whatever. That's in the past now.
No.
And I hope that the three former members that are going to re-debut will at least find some success again, hopefully. As a trio or as a group, I don't know what they're going to debut as, but hopefully it'll be positive for them and they will be treated right this time.
We will see.
We will be tuned.
We will.
Tuned in.
All right, what's next?
All right, and the last thing to talk about for this week is an update of the whole Suga drinking and driving on an electric scooter situation. Okay. So to start off, there was a CCTV released, I believe last week or the other week, I don't even remember, of someone driving an electric scooter on the road side. And, you know, people were like, oh my God, he lied, blah, 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 he's a liar. Da, da, da. That was from JTBC. So now JTBC apologized because it wasn't Suga on the CCTV. That was the wrong CCTV, and they reported it as Suga, which honestly really messed up for a news, like, a news report to be like false like that, like without even like double checking, because that CCTV was so blurry. Like, it's funny because the one that actually has Suga is more clear. Because the other one was like super pixelated.
It was like really far.
Yeah, it was.
Like a sky
but
view.
I can't believe they didn't even like went to verify before they were like, yeah, that's him. So that was false.
I think they wanted to be quick about it.
Oh yeah,
they were like,
I mean,
quick, CCTV so that the news would still like blow up.
Yeah,
or whatever, so
and
they just
definitely
used
caused some controversy. They deleted all of that now, like all those reportings that they did of that. So they apologized for that. So that was wrong. So there was the actual CCTV released of Suga on the electric scooter or / kickboard, because he says it's an electric kickboard. I don't know if it's the same thing in Korea. They might call an electric scooter also an electric kickboard, but it does have a little seat. I don't know how like
if it has a seat, it should just be considered like a scooter.
Yeah, like an electric scooter.
scooter.
But again, I don't know how Korea, if they, you know, it's the same thing for them. I don't know.
If it's like a mistranslation.
Maybe it could be a mistranslation. So he was on that, and he was on the sidewalk, which is not what the other CCTV showed. On the sidewalk, going very slow. He was going pretty slow, like almost like walking speed.
It was just vibing.
He was like walking speed. Going to his house because where he was eating was pretty close. And then he had made a left turn to go park, I think in the parking garage or wherever you park your scooters in his, wherever he lives. And then he fell over when he made that left turn, and there was 3 cops that saw him. And that's where the situation happened with, you know. So I just want to state, because we got some comments in our last video, we do not think that Suga is a criminal.
Never said that.
Never said that. We do not think this man should be jailed or that he killed families. Like, apparently people are like, oh, why are people acting like he killed families? Well, we never said that.
Never said that. Don't group us in that.
I don't want to be a group of people on Twitter that are like maybe blowing the situation a bit out of proportion. So no, I don't think he should be jailed. I don't think he should be kicked out of BTS.
Also, we never said that he could have killed somebody.
Never said that.
We were saying he could have hurt someone or himself, or, you know, just swerved into traffic, like, you know, things like that.
Yeah, just like
the thing is that like
the possibilities.
There are a lot of possibilities.
I mean, luckily, if you obviously you watch CCTV and you're like, hey, well, this man's going very slow, so
might as well just walked home.
There was barely people on the sidewalk. Honestly, he definitely wasn't going to hit anyone because there wasn't really anyone on the sidewalk to hit. And even if he were to hit somebody in that speed, it definitely wouldn't be anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be like, oh my god, a fatal.
Not fatal. Like, it's not still kind of like, you don't want to crash into anybody.
No, you don't want to crash into him. But what I'm saying is that like people are, you know, making it sound like vehicular homicide was gonna happen. Not in that speed on that scooter. Still though, which he did apologize and he did admit that it was irresponsible, which still was irresponsible. That's the point I want to make. Yeah. Is that I wish he would have just thought about it and not do that, because God forbid something worse could have happened.
And like at the end of the day, the cops still came up to him and his license was revoked.
He was still very drunk.
So like still very drunk. Like it's still just like, even if you don't think it's a big deal because you live in whatever country and this, that, whatever, in Korea, it clearly was enough of a problem for him to get his license revoked or for the police to be concerned. My biggest concern is more like if he made the decision while drunk to drive home on a scooter, who's to say that one day when he's just as drunk or more drunk, he won't make the decision to drive home in a car? You know, it's like, my concern is just the
future,
the drinking behavior, the possibility that he could make a worse decision. Like, I would just hope that this situation alone would be enough for him to
like lesson learned.
Be a little more responsible so that something worse will never happen.
Yeah. But luckily, like if you really look at it, luckily it wasn't. You know, it wasn't like a DUI like some idols have had where they were in cars and they did crash into things
or hurt someone.
Know? Exactly. Like, it's not that type of DUI, so I don't think he needs to leave the group. Like, there's already trucks being sent to hide.
I keep saying those.
Like, leave the group.
The trucks and the flower wreaths.
I think, like, as long as he reflects on it and he kind of learns from it, and like, I think we could, you know. But definitely, I hope he learned his lesson, because it's still very not safe to drive under any influence. Anything, whether it's a car or an electric scooter or whatever, like, should not be driving that while you're not all there, because God forbid your mind is just all over the place when you're drunk and something could happen.
I just feel like people don't realize how much your
Motor
state of
skills,
being.
yeah.
Yeah, your motor skills like just can be affected by anything. They even put those types of warnings on medicine bottles. Don't operate any heavy machinery. And when they say heavy machinery, they mean a car. So it's things like that like anything can really happen, and it's just about making smart decisions.
Honestly, watching the CCTV, I was surprised how like decently.
Honestly,
he was
I was like,
driving.
well, damn, maybe he. But I mean, that makes me wonder: has he done this before? Maybe he's just really good at it
Maybe.
now.
I was surprised how like decently he was driving that electric scooter while being that drunk. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
he drove pretty decently. I know I couldn't. Like with that, when I drink, it's like
Woo!
all my fine motor skills.
Yeah, well,
are
you
gone.
probably don't drink as often as sugar. Then,
That's
so.
true. I also think the Korean drinking culture is sometimes a bit much from what I've heard about it and what I've seen about it. So I think that might be just like a society problem.
Oh,
That
for
they
sure.
should address as a society.
I think like it's just so common to
It's
just
just
drink for
very-
every
yeah.
meal, like for every like a meal.
yeah, which I
like
don't.
dinner
I,
meal.
I could never.
I'm not trying to eat
Like,
my
a
meat.
soda
with
is enough for me.
soju.
But more of the story, I definitely think some people are blowing it a little bit out of proportion, and we do not agree with the sentiment of like jailed and all that stuff. You know, that's like jailed. But I do hope he learned his lesson and that this doesn't happen again. And
I have a side note. Also, I just feel like people are using the situation for people to act like, oh, you're only acting this way because it's a BTS member. I'm like, no, I would have the same opinion no matter what idol this is. It has nothing to do with, you know, it's
could
just
be
a
one of
big
my
deal.
faves.
It's just a big deal because it is
It's
a BTS member.
yeah.
But like, regardless of who it was, I would be just as concerned and disappointed.
Yeah.
So, just
Just a note there.
letting you know that.
But
Never said
luckily-
those other things.
Yeah, luckily it's like doesn't seem like it
I don't
could
think
have
it's gonna
been
go
too
anywhere
bad.
else.
So
Like-
hopefully it just kind of
I feel like it's getting to the point where it just needs
because they were
to
like
die
a 5-year
down now.
sentence, and I was like, well,
No,
but that was the other video.
I think it's that you can get up to a 5-year sentence for DUIs.
Right.
Not that you will be given.
Yeah, because that would be a little
Because you could get up to, I guess, depending on the situation. His situation clearly was not bad enough to
Yeah.
even get a sentencing.
But again, guys, don't ever drink and drive, ever.
It's not
Even if you're rollerblading,
Even if you're
Even if it's
5 minutes
skateboard.
away,
Yeah.
even if you're 2 minutes away, anything can happen. They say that the most accidents happen close to home.
That's it for the topics that I've been seeing around on Twitter. And now we're going to move on to some new releases that have happened this week. And there's quite a couple. We got 4.
Ooh.
And they're all girlies.
Oh, really?
Women.
All
yes.
women.
Well, one's a co-ed group, so there's men there.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. You're
yes.
right.
So there's men, but mostly girlies.
Okay.
So let's get to it. I've been very curious because these videos have been out for a bit. And I'm like, I can't wait till we film the podcast so we can finally watch them.
I kept trying to actively avoid everything.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to be watching is Promise Nine's new comeback, Supersonic,
Oh my God.
which, glad that HYBE finally gave Promise Nine a comeback because
That's so weird to say.
HYBE,
Yeah.
Pledis HYBE. They're just the mistreatment for me is just crazy because Promise Nine is so talented and so beautiful. And I'm like, you literally have a perfect girl group at your disposal. And this is what you do.
They're just more concerned with debuting more groups.
I know, right? They need to like stop. But
Stop.
let's go see the pretty girlies of Promise Nine.
Missing. Yeah, that's what they were missing. Period.
Right? That first starting pose. Like a slate. And they're just they're all such visuals. Like, look at that. Like, women. Oh,
I know.
Serum.
She's so pretty.
we're still getting our summer songs.
Yeah.
You know?
Summer's
It's
not
yet.
over. Ah, Jihong.
Ooh. I mean, hello, the Hayoung vocals.
Right? Okay.
Of that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, super. Hey. Okay. Why is that sexy? Like the way they sing it.
Right, Supersonic.
Sonic.
Because look at them. I thought she said hit that swag.
I thought she said hit
and
the
I'm like,
sweat.
Oh, it's heat and sweat. Close enough. Their vocals sound so nice.
good. I'm like,
I mean, obviously we know like DM, for example, has great vocals.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, it's hitting. Oh, the night. I love that. Like, that just hits. Also, Chaeyoung eating it up with that tube top. Supersonic.
Super.
Honestly,
Ooh.
like, Jihoon has grown so much.
My little baby.
Like, I watched Idol School and she was such a baby. And now she's like, where does the time go?
I love the sparks coming from their feet.
That's a stan attractor right there. Look at that. Ooh. God, I love the elongated.
It's
like,
the long shorts.
There's something so.
This is my favorite clothing trend. Is the long shorts.
The long shorts.
Like the girlies just really pull it off.
And Nakyung too. Oh, they're just all so pretty, man. Period. The serve.
Ooh.
As an editor, did you like that?
I did.
Name coming out after the water.
I did like that.
Okay, I really like that. That was like a nice. I feel like it was like a kind of like fun, but like kind of so like sexy summer song.
Oh, sexy summer.
I love the chorus. I love the elongated like. Because sometimes when like a note is elongated, sometimes it might be a little annoying depending on how it's sung. But I felt like with Promise Nine's vocals, it was like. Yeah, that was a vibe. I liked it.
That was good. I didn't know what to expect because I had seen some tweets be like, everyone likes Supersonic, but I just didn't like it. And I was like, damn, what if I'm that like 1%? I'm scared.
But you're like.
But I'm like, no, it was good.
I enjoyed.
If you didn't like it, you just, I don't know.
Sometimes there's songs where I'm like, why do people have problems with certain songs?
Like, there's nothing about the song that is jarring or annoying.
No,
so I'm like, why don't you like it? Unless you just think it's boring.
So now we have another summer song because it's not over yet. Of course, HYOLYN releasing a summer song called Wait. If people don't know, but they should know, Sistar were the summer queens of K-pop before other groups started doing like major summer songs. We had Sistar, who always gave us some great summer classics. So I'm not surprised that HYOLYN's like, wait, I'm gonna give you a summer song.
I mean, she's done it before.
I kind of saw like a little things, like I think the teaser of this, and she was definitely backing that up. So
I think she performed it at KCON.
Oh, did she?
I think so.
I must have missed that, but
I didn't see anything.
She was backing it up, so we're gonna watch HYOLYN.
All right.
There we go. Damn, she started. The way she just already started backing it up. All right. Oh, this is the chorus.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Okay. I mean, she definitely is like, she just is summer. You know what I'm saying?
Tan queen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's always been the tan queen.
She has.
Since the beginning.
People acting like she's never been tan before. And I'm
really?
Like, no, she's always been tan.
Always, okay? Yeah. Since the beginning of Sistar. I mean, and she's definitely an idol that I feel like definitely would know how to move that, clearly. So, like...
Well, she's always been sexy.
Yeah, always.
Hey. Oh my god. I feel like I'm intruding.
I definitely think like ever since Tyler's Water, like it's been that whole like move has been popular, like how to move your butt essentially. The skills to do that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Is crazy.
But I feel like the way that they're doing it in these summer songs now is a little more on.
That's what I'm saying. It's more like how Tyler's Water essentially. Like it's literally from that, like the dance.
Oh.
Oh
my
God.
God.
Now she twerking with that leg out.
Oh, and now the other side.
Hey. See, this is something I could never cover. I don't have that skill set at all.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. All right, girl. Back it up.
I mean, she's one of the like handful of idols that I trust to do this. So if someone's gonna do it.
I mean, this is definitely her concept.
Yeah. She's still the queen of stilettos too.
For real. Well, I mean, Sistar in general.
Yeah.
They literally lived and breathed stilettos. All right. I like the vibes. I thought that was like
It's a vibe.
a nice like summer song, and definitely the dance. I mean,
this type of song style isn't my style. Like, I don't really care for it personally. Like how how water fill up and stuff. I don't really care for the song style.
Right.
But I appreciate the dance that comes in from those types of songs because it's very impressive.
It really is. Like, I definitely, if anyone was like, you want to learn HYOLYN's
Isolating your ass is not easy.
No, or like the hips, like isolating this area and to hit it on the beat and not look dumb.
And it sucks because like we're Latinas and we we struggle with that.
Yeah,
I do.
I definitely can't move my butt like that.
No.
So. And you won't be seeing me do that ever.
Why not?
No. All right, so the next video we're going to watch is a comeback by Card.
Finally.
Tell My Mama. I'm really curious.
No, when I saw the song title, I was like, okay.
Tell my mom. Tell my mom what?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious how the title's gonna come into play.
I think I had heard it in the teaser
a
while, but I don't really remember. But I feel like it was summery vibes as well.
Yes, I think this is still
they're all
summer vibes.
They're all blonde,
serving blonde.
So,
and I'm excited. Like, I feel like Card is definitely the most consistent co-ed group we've ever had in K-pop.
100%.
Because like, what other co-ed
I don't think
group?
any other co-ed groups have been around long as that.
Yeah, no. Like, we had co-ed school for like 2 seconds. Didn't really go anywhere. And then we had that other one, Checkmate, I think, was it? Like a Nugu co-ed group, also flopped. So Card, I feel like, is keeping the co-ed group image strong because they really are the only one.
Groups, not like the units that we have gotten here and there, like Troublemaker.
Yeah. Like, I
even
mean,
then,
like,
those didn't last long either.
I mean, like a permanent co-ed
regardless.
Group. Card has just been, and they're very consistent, at least with their releases and their touring and stuff. So I feel like they deserve more appreciation. I feel like people don't appreciate them enough. Like, they're still,
and it sucks because you get the best of both worlds. With
really,
Card.
honestly, like we win.
We do.
We win.
I enjoy Card because I'm like, oh my god, the girls. Oh my god, the guys.
Yeah. Like, so let's
the songs.
Let's watch Tell My Mama.
Okay. Is this like a meeting? Joseph.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this kind of vibe from the start.
Oh, there's the cowboy boots. Still in style.
And we love the cowboy boots.
That's my girly.
Oh.
Is the song in English?
This is like, is it? I think it is.
I'm loving this wig.
Somin. Oh, tell my mama about you. Okay, I see. Ooh. Oh.
God, her hair is blonde as
Tell
fuck.
my mama.
It doesn't even look real.
Okay. Oh. You just gotta love a BM rap, man. Every time he raps, it just hits. Hey. Giggling and kicking my feet over here in this corner. Why are you smiling like that?
I was just trying to listen. Oh my god.
He just has a way with
funny.
words.
It's just I just love hearing him rap. It's such a soft. This is not what I expected.
No, me neither. Of the boy, you're cute. I also feel like Card is like an adult group, like in a sense of like their image,
They're, like,
and concept.
mature.
They're like our mature, sexy group, and I like them about that. I'm waiting for that J-Sef rap though.
That's the way BM
Hey.
keeps going into the
Right.
camera. And I'm like, can you not?
Stop rizzing us
Stop.
up, man. There he is. Swalala. Oh, is that a Jason Derulo reference? That was a Jason Derulo reference.
That was in Korean, right?
I think so.
I was so confused. Like, what language are we rapping in right now?
I felt like I did hear Korean.
Everything else has been in English.
Yes, I believe so.
It
It sounds
sounds
like
like
majority of it's in English.
Interesting.
All right.
It was an interesting sound.
I feel like it was a nice, like, laid back jam. Like, we had 𝐓𝐾𝐄, you know, that was more like in your face, very sexy, and then this was more like laid back, sexy vibes.
Mhm.
And I kind of like the usage of like the "tell my mama," you know.
Yeah.
Tell my
I
mama.
was like, I didn't know what to
like
expect.
I didn't know how
so
they
I
were
was
going
like,
to
okay.
utilize that, and
Okay.
I liked how they did that, and they obviously all four of them.
It was also like a
Looked great.
normal length song.
We love normal length songs in this household. Thank you. All right, moving on to the last thing we'll be reacting to. We got Lisa with New Woman featuring Rosalia. Rosalia. So we're definitely going to get some Latina vibes in this song, I feel. And yeah, I mean, Rockstar was released and that was huge. And I feel like this is also huge. And I feel like Lisa is definitely, she has more freedom now as her own person with her own company. And I feel like, you know, YG was pulling her back. And I'm just glad that the Blackpink girls, minus Rose, who's under the Black label, which is still affiliated with YG. The other girls, you know, they're doing their own thing now, and good for them. So let's check this out. I remember those phones.
It's the Razor, right? It's kind
I remember that. My phone looked like that in middle school.
Oh.
Okay, the hair. Rosalia. Oh, okay.
What is happening?
What are the vibes?
Oh.
I like the shaving
the
with
glitter.
the glitter. I like that imagery. Oh, she's giving us mainstream pop girly vibes.
All right.
The-
There's so many random things happening.
It's that for me. Okay, but the blonde with the black two-piece. Oh.
Slow down.
We
Oh. Okay. It's a different song completely now.
Oh, her lip ring is connected to the
Yeah.
earring.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, and
okay,
it's
we're
picking
back.
up.
That was random.
Like the oh, I mean, I feel like it wasn't a bad switch up though. I like the this transition
Yeah,
though.
that's
It's
cool.
very cool. She's definitely I feel like she's definitely trying to like make her print here in the Western
yeah, for
market
sure.
for sure. But she looks really good in this video also, like Lisa.
I feel like I don't even recognize her anymore.
Yeah, it's like
she
she's
was never really, I feel like she was never giving these types of hairstyles. So
yeah,
like, it
it's
doesn't look
it's
like her.
a whole new vibe. Yeah, I was like, wow. Like watching the video, I was like, man, like Lisa has come so far in the sense of like when you think of early Blackpink
Yeah.
or her in Blackpink compared to her by herself. I definitely like the song a lot more than Rockstar. Like Rockstar wasn't really like.
I mean, personally, I like a lot of things. So before I
yes,
like
but-
Rockstar.
But Rockstar wasn't really my style too much, but I liked this one more in the sense of like the sound. I liked the imagery a lot too for this video. I thought it was very interesting. And yeah, I mean Rosalia with the Spanish, you know, like she ate. So I feel like it, honestly, for me, definitely better than Rockstar. All right, so to wrap up the podcast, let's go into our Throwback Tuesday song recommendations.
You go first.
Me go first. Okay. So I'm not recommending something like that's like underrated this time. It's like like more known, I guess, if you listen to discography. But I'm going to recommend EXO's Black Pearl because I feel like, you know, not enough people talk about their old discography sometimes. A lot of EXOs obviously do, and EXO is always talked about as a K-pop group with great discography. But sometimes when I just listen to the old songs, I'm just like, man, they really did that as rookies. Like a song like Black Pearl, I feel like as rookies is crazy to me. As a B-side,
Such a good song.
such powerful. So if you've never heard of EXO's Black Pearl, definitely recommend it. It's a great B-side from their first album, XOXO.
Oh man, now I want to do a B-side.
You were like, oh, you were expecting
because mine
the
was
EXO.
dumb. Okay. Since you did a boy group B-side, I'm gonna do a random boy group B-side. I'm going to recommend "I Don't Understand" by 𝑢KISS. It's off of the 0330 album. And I like listened to that album religiously for some reason when it came out, and I really like "I Don't Understand." I think the most. That's my favorite song off the album. And it's just, I don't know, it just gives me good nostalgic vibes. Like it's just a song. I'm just recommending it just for the shits and giggles. Okay, so like,
Right.
you know, that it's one of their better B-sides because 𝑢KISS has pretty questionable discography.
They do.
So I think this is one of the more normal ones.
One of the more normal 𝑢KISS songs.
Yes.
All right, guys, that wraps up our Talk That Tuesday podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, let us know your thoughts about things we talked about the things we reacted to, and let us know if there's anything specific you might want us to talk about for next week's podcast.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on the episodes that come out on Tuesday, as well as other videos we'll put out. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at k.junkies to keep up with any shorts or TikToks we put up.
Yes, thank you guys for watching and listening. Bye.